All right, hello, Algebra 2 people. So as we get into the beginning of the school year in Algebra 2, we're going to start talking about solving some systems of equations. Now, a 2x2 system is not technically an Algebra 2 topic. We're going to talk about 3x3 systems here in a few days. But it's important, especially after the last year we've had, to kind of review what a 2x2 system is and how to do those solutions. Right, so there's two different processes you might have heard from last year. One of them is called substitution, the other one's called elimination. I'm going to do these by substitution. To be completely honest with you, elimination is usually, most people prefer elimination, but some problems kind of set up nicely for substitution. So that's what we're going to do on these guys. So when you do substitution, what you want to do is you want to look at the two equations. And our goal here is to find the x and y solution basically at the same time, right? So what x and y value makes both of those equations true at the same time. So if you find one here, so look at those two equations and notice it's pretty easy to get that top equation and get x by itself. Okay, so if I look at that, so notice if I just rewrite that, I got x plus 5y equals negative 14. If I want to get x by itself, I can just subtract both sides by 5y, and I have x is equal to negative 5y minus 14. You can also write that as negative 14y minus 5y. Either way, doesn't matter. But the important thing is we have x by itself, right? Now, how does that help us? Well, it helps us because now we can take this whole expression, this guy right here, and I'm going to plug it in to the other equation where the x is. Okay? And then I'm going to do some algebra and just see what happens. So if I plug that whole thing in, remember, always use parentheses. So it's going to be 3 parentheses, that negative 5y minus 14, minus 2y, and then equals 9. And now I'm going to, again, algebra mode, and we're going to solve this for y. So first thing, we have to distribute. So I'm going to take 3 times that and 3 times that. So negative 15y minus 42, 14 times 3, minus 2y is equal to 9. Now I can combine my like terms. I can bring these guys together because they're already on the same side. So I got negative 17y minus 42 equals 9. And now we just, again, continue the algebra and just get y by itself. So I can add 42. And I have negative 17y equals 51. And then what do I do next to get y by itself? Well, I got to divide by that thing in front, by the negative 17. And I'll end up with y equals negative 3. 51 divided by negative 17, negative 3. So that's what y is. So heck, we're most of the way home because look, once I have this, now I can take this and plug it into kind of what I solved for at the beginning, and then solve for x. So just plug in y. So I have x equals negative 5, again, parentheses, times negative 3 minus 14. And then that's just doing math. That's just some arithmetic. So I have x equals 15. Remember, negative times negative is positive. So x equals 1. And guess what? I'm done. So I'm going to write my final answer as a coordinate point because if we graph these things, these two lines would intersect in that point. So I'm going to write my final answer as 1, negative 3. And that's it. You're done. That's your answer. So they would intersect at the point 1, negative 3 on the xy plane. Okay? Now in the video, I'm only going to do one more example. In class, I'll do a couple more. And if you still have some questions, please, by all means, come in and see me one morning or one afternoon, before or after school. Okay? So let's take a look at the next question. So here, again, find something that's easy to get by itself. We're looking for the least amount of work possible. Okay? So which one would I do? And I think if you look at the second equation, y is easy to get by itself. So again, same deal, right? So I'm going to rewrite the second equation. So I'm going to say negative 4x plus y equals 7. Get y by itself. So I got to always do the opposite. So add 4x to both sides. And again, those are not like terms. So y is just going to be equal to 4x plus 7. And again, you could write that as 7 plus 4x. Doesn't matter. Okay? And then once I have that, I'm going to take my 4x plus 7, I'm going to take that expression, and again, remember it's y this time, so I'm going to take this, plug it in for the y in the other equation. So what that's going to look like, that's going to be 2x minus 3 parentheses, 4x plus 7 equals negative 1. And again, you have to distribute. And we'll have 2x minus 12x minus 21 equals negative 1. Keep on doing your algebra to solve that for x. So I can combine those first two, 2x minus 12x, negative 10x minus 21 equals negative 1. Add the 21 to both sides. And I have negative 10x equals 20. And we divide by negative 10. And I'll get, I'm going to come over here. So I'm going to get x equals negative 2. So that's half my answer. And just like I did before, I'm going to take this and just plug it in to what I got a second ago when I got y by itself, when I did the substitution. So y equals 4, again, parentheses, times 2 plus 7. Y equals negative 8 plus 7. Watch your sign. And then y equals negative 1. And so again, final answer written as a coordinate point. And there's your final answer. Okay. So again, I'm going to do a couple more examples in class. So, but as always, if you have any questions, I'm usually here early in the morning, usually stay after school. So if you have any questions, you can email me, come in for tutoring, ask questions in class, and we'll go from there. Okay. Until next time, stay safe.